Marcel Brooks walked into a state Supreme courtroom this morning like he wasn't going to be sent to prison for 15 years. He coyly smirked at Justice William Bowler, even smiled to members of his family. At one point, he tried to withdraw the guilty plea of first-degree assault, an unexpected move Justice Bowler wouldn't tolerate.
I'm withdrawing my plea of guilty to not guilty, and I'm withdrawing my plea to appeal. I'm withdrawing my plea to appeal.
And if you refuse to sign it, I'll sign it on your behalf.
I don't know if they're allowed to do this, if this is just like a tactic of him, he wants to get him to sign it, or if legally the judge is allowed to do that. I just think that's crazy either way. He's like, yeah, if you don't want to sign it, like, I'll do it for you. Like, either way, you're going to jail. Like, oh yeah, this little smile right here, this is so psychotic of him. Like, it's so scary. It's like he really thought he was gonna walk up in there with his little smug self and be like, oh yeah, I'm getting out of here today. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the judge said, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
For something more. Wait a minute. When I said that you had a certain amount of remorse, I was.
That's crazy. Oh man. There's part of me that like heard what he was saying and like does feel for that, because there are people who really just never got a chance and never got a break.
The defendant has shown me that he has no remorse whatsoever, and therefore the court determines that maximum imprisonment is
That's
needed.
crazy. But at the same time, like, I don't know what he did, you know? And there's some crimes that you don't need a break to not commit, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. Sometimes people do just need a break, so I do get that, but you still shouldn't commit crimes.
Years in prison.
You just gave me 40 years, sir. Listen. You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what?
Dang, does anyone know what he did? Cause like 40 years is a long time.
Well, guess what? Sir, what's this?
Woo, couldn't have been good.
You can't play Jesus and God. What's wrong with you? Man, 40 is a death sentence, man.
What was he like doing? Was he just gonna try and like get up and run away, or I don't know what he was doing with his little, looked like he was trying to grab something from his little sling there, but don't reach for anything. No, no, no. I mean, I don't know what he could have, like he's clearly in custody, but something shady's going on. Everyone's nervous.
And I don't know who he is, but whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member. I mean, the entire time that Mr. Zucker's sister was speaking, that clown, and that's what I'm going to call him, a clown, was sitting there smiling and laughing. And you can go too, because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail.
I've actually seen this one like just on my own personal time on YouTube, and it's like she was like laughing while somebody delivered like a victim impact statement or something.
So leave. Anybody that can sit there and laugh and smirk when somebody, take her, she's going in the back. She's going in the back. Anybody else want to go? You can go too.
Imagine, yeah, go to, I think she probably only went to jail for like a day, but still, go, sit in there and think about what you did. It's like when you're a kid, you gotta like put your nose in the corner. I'm like, go sit in that cell and think about what you did, okay? Maybe reflect, because that's so inappropriate.
I need to learn to behave myself.
Made one payment of $100, and you sold the horse to her for $1,500, which means she owes you $1,400.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Good. Judgment's on the clown to claim for $1,400. We're done. Thank you.
Parties are excused when they step out.
Okay. That's so funny. What the hell? Can I watch that one again, Chris? Even I, like, listen, I don't owe anybody $1,400, and even I'm sitting here like, what in the world? Everyone was shocked. Even, especially the people who showed up because they wanted to watch Judge Judy that day. They just got to watch 30 seconds of her. That's crazy.
Wait, you wanna watch this again?
Nah, it's cool. I did, but now I'm over it. I worked it out.
Sorry, sir. False alarm.
Oh, that's so funny. I love Judge Judy. Man, when I was a kid and I was sick, like in elementary school and stuff, and I was staying home sick, that's all I did was just watch Judge Judy and Judge Mathis all day, because that's what's on TV.
And Joe Brown.
And Joe Brown! Oh my god, how did I forget Judge Joe Brown?
Got you on video.
That's fine.
Your Honor, I had no intention on skipping out on the lease.
Just a second. Whether you did or not, she was whole.
It's my house.
She doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand that. She's not getting 1 cent from you, not a penny. And if the hole has to be fixed, let her fix it. She's got to learn to control that temper. She had no right. You understand that.
And that's the truth. We stand Judge Judy over here on Top 10 Central.
It would be like Mr. Schlesinger, if you paid your $2,000 rent on October 1st, on October 28th, Mr. Schlesinger came and busted in through your front door. You said, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I paid my rent through the end of this month. You have no right to bust in the front door of my house. This belongs to me until the end of the month.
But like, yeah, oh my god, man, landlords are crazy. Landlords are crazy. Especially living in like a city like Toronto. Holy smokes, they're wild. They want you to bend over backwards for them, and then they want to do nothing for you. It's just wild.
Did you say something?
Sorry, can I have a tissue? I'm allergic.
Oh, John. Goodbye, John.
See you later.
Off you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is clearly like the British Judge Judy.
Bye.
No, out you go. Really? I've been called a lot worse by a lot better than you.
I can't.
What a chump.
I don't understand why, of all the people to be rude to, why on earth? Why on earth? Don't know why it's gonna be the judge. Just seems like a bad decision, personally. I don't know.
Both parents are fit and proper persons to have custody of the minor child. I'm awarding joint custody.
Just say, you know, I can't do this. This is a disgrace. What you guys are doing, you need to neglect your son.
I mean, I don't know any of the intricacies, so I can't comment on anything, because maybe she's right. Who knows? I mean, I don't think you should just get up and yell at the judge. It usually doesn't work out well. But, you know, when you're talking about your kid, assuming that's the joint custody.
Matters no way I'm going to try this case. I have any further proceedings, or I'll have to see you for one further step. Set for the review next week.
Watch
His
again
lawyer's face
as Webb literally spit on the judge. But this incident is far from the last time Bass Webb will spit in the face of the law.
Oh, wow, that really cut off on a cliffhanger. His lawyer's face though, he just turned and he's like, how am I? Help me help you, man. Please, please help me help you. That's crazy. And that's like, you got it, that's a whole separate charge now.
I can't stand up right now. Am I right?
And now his initial hearing is off to a rocky start.
Stand up, Roman.
I don't know why the person who's like in handcuffs and is like standing in front of the judge feels like they're in like a position of power.
My first name, that's it. Giggles or Tobias. That's it. Don't call me that now.
Giggles may be his street name.
Yeah, you need to call me.
Tobias Roman later pled no contest to the charge of threatening a public official and was sentenced to 8 months in prison.
Yeah. Also, just like, I just don't get that. I feel like you've just like lost at this point. So you gotta just accept the lose. The loss. You just have to accept the loss and move on. He did not want to accept the loss though, so he got 8 months in jail.
Hello there, Your Honor. I want to say I'm sorry.
Oh no.
For the things I've done.
Oh no.
And I try and be stronger.
Oh no.
In this life I chose, but I want you to know.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know what he did, but there are just some crimes that good singing can't excuse. You know what I mean?
That door I that close.
Oh no.
In your honor, I'm sorry, sorry.
Well, you're obviously a talented
Agreed.
young man, and I hope that you'll be able to use your time productively when you're in the Michigan Department of Corrections to take a bail.
Judge O'Brien explains the minimum guideline range for his crimes is 50 to 100 months, regardless of his talent.
Well, I thought when he said 50 to 100, for a second I thought it was going to be years.
6 to 9 months. 69 months? No, 6 to 9 months.
But it's only months. That's still a long time. Don't get me wrong, it's still a long time, a few years, but listen, it's better than 50 to 100 years. Be a weird sentence. He's got a beautiful voice, okay? But you still can't commit crime, even though you have a beautiful singing voice. Sorry, but that's just the rules.
How have I done as a judge today? So far, how am I doing?
Not bad, but you could do better.
Can we get a drum roll with this? I gotta tell you, you brighten my day, ma'am. All right?
That's what the last guy said, and then he sued me.
What the heck? I love this lady. What did she do? Why is this old lady being arrested? Dang. That's funny. She's funny. She's got a good sense of humor. All right, we like that one. We like that. I hope her crime wasn't that bad, because she sure is funny, but you never know. You never know. You never know what's going on.
Keep it real too, Miss Sism.
I like her. Judge Lauren Lake. I like her.
The way Destiny just popped off with her little dance after I announced the result, that was so ignorant. And then you followed up and showed me where she learned it from. Come on with this. The voice. I'm furious.
Dang. She was not playing around. She let them have it, and I respect it.
Your daughter's putting her dreams, opening her legs, trying to get a dream up between her legs instead of having a dream in her mind. And you want to argue with this woman across this courtroom. Come on now. Now y'all have made me crazy. Y'all think y'all crazy. I'm crazy for these kids and this baby. You ain't gonna do this to this child.
She was like, I've got something to say, and I'm gonna say it now. I always see her clips, but it never has her name. Judge Lauren Lake. I gotta remember that. I like her.
Is there anything you want to tell me about these?
Well, I've been parking there for 4 months already. 4 to 3 months. And I haven't got no parking tickets parked in the same spot right in front of my house.
So you're coming here today to tell me that you've been parked there for 60 days and you only got 2 parking tickets, so you owe the court for 58 other days that the police didn't put the ticket on the car. So instead of 2 parking tickets, you got 60 parking tickets.
No, but...
The cutoff is still sending. I actually did react to this already, so the reaction is not as like I watched it for the first time, but this is still really funny to me because this guy just admitted to a judge in court that he's been illegally parked in his spot for more than 2 days, which they charged him for. He now owes them for 60 days, and I just think that's crazy. He was like, oh yeah? Is that so? Courtroom brawl breaks out in Louisville, Kentucky, trying to escape but getting caught right in the courtroom. Okay, so there's no sound on this one, but I just... like, the man dipped. I don't know where he got caught. I'm assuming it's after he left that little room. But that's crazy to me. Like, and first of all, why are we fighting? There's so much going on in this video. And I was like, the judge looks so relaxed at first until she started shouting. Because I was supposed to be like, she looks a little too calm and collected for what's going on in the courtroom. She's like, give me a minute. She started shouting. I was like, there's the valid reaction.
Want to talk to me about me at Bond with me? What do you want to tell me?
About what?
Bond.
Nice.
To be honest with you.
You 30 days in the county jail for contempt. Cuff him if you got the cuffs.
Come on, I get it. You're clearly upset and stuff, but you made your bed, and sometimes you gotta lay in that bed.
Hold on, it's $5,000 cash surety bond, subject to the temporary protection order. He just swore at the judge. Can I give you a piece of advice?
What?
You can either make life easy or you can make life hard.
I already ruined my life.
That's 60. That's 306.
Now I gotta come here and my life up. You.
Man, like, you cannot act like that. Especially you're an adult. There are consequences for your actions. And your family's there. You're just acting crazy in front of your family who's like, please stop getting yourself sent to jail for longer. Come on, we would really like to enjoy life with you. So just, after that first one, I probably would have learned to shut my little mouth.
What is that symbol that you are projecting with your fingers?
Using my middle finger, and I am sorry.
Wonder what happened. They really left us on a cliffhanger there.
And who were you extending the finger to, sir?
Mr.
Is absolutely prohibited. That sign is posted on the door outside, is it not?
It is.
Was there anything about that you did not understand, sir?
No, sir.
Could you tell this court why you should not be held in contempt of court?
I'm truly sorry for doing this. This is something stupid.
I mean, that judge seemed very reasonable, very, you know, he was ready to teach the lesson, but he was also forgiving, it seemed like. I got that vibe from him, so I have a feeling that maybe he didn't go to jail for contempt, but who knows? Let me know if you know the ending to this, let me know. I don't like a cliffhanger.
And the purpose of the sanctions are based on what?
It was a frivolous and vexatious PPO based on nonsense. I am not stalking Mr. Nichols.
I haven't signed a PPO. How can you ask to sanction someone when you haven't even been served?
That's the point.
That lady just wanted to go to court because she was mad at someone. Don't do that. It's a waste of everyone's time and money.
Do not interrupt me when I'm speaking, ma'am. Had I issued a PPO, you would have a basis to be before me. I did not issue a PPO. He did not pursue his right to a hearing on the PPO. You were never served, and here you are taking up my time so that you want me to chastise him and make him pay money? No, ma'am. Your relief is denied, and in addition to that, I am sanctioning you with costs of $500.
Dang! You can't waste the court's time, man. They don't like it. They got a lot of people to see, a lot of things to do. Everyone has their right to a fair and speedy trial, so you gotta get in, get out. And you only need to get in if you have a real reason.
He was making himself aware because of a courtesy to other police officers, and he made it very clear.
Ma'am, you cannot testify right now, and everything you're saying I am not taking into evidence.
Dang, Karen went to court over a $50 ticket, and she blames the officer for her fault. I mean, man.
You have
I'm very sorry, Your Honor.
Ma'am, it's my turn to speak. Okay. Opportunity to cross-examine the officer. If you have any questions for him, you may ask him questions, but your questions are not evidence. So you do not go off on all these other things that the magistrate was talking about, because I'm not taking note of any of that. Those are not evidence, those are just questions. What the officer is saying is the evidence that I'm going to take into account. So if you have any further questions that you would like to ask the officer, please do so.
That's the thing. People will go to court because sometimes the police officer doesn't show up and then they get off. So that was not the case today in Zoom court. Well, I can't speak today. What's wrong with me? In Zoom court, that was not the case. Man, going to court over Zoom would suck, especially for like the judge and stuff, because it'd be way easier, I feel like, for people to just talk over you. I don't know. Maybe that's not true, but I would mute the person if they didn't stop talking.
You made it legal to reverse this jail time.
Well, you're going to go to jail today. You need to get out.
I'm not ready. Sorry. You don't get to decide if you're ready or not. I don't think anyone's ever really ready to go to jail.
You're attending hearing when you consider furloughs. Okay, right now you're going to go to jail. Okay? So you have to go today, right? Hey, call the police.
Personally, I'm not. Thank God I'm not in a courtroom. Not how that works. Also, you'll probably get in trouble more for just leaving, right? That's gotta be a crime. Dang, oof, that's scary. That's scary. I'm so afraid of jail. It's so scary to me.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Come back, man. Come back. Come back. Let me take her again. Count one would be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
Then gave him the finger.
Come back again.
again. Did you say? Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I
gonna
find you in
lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
I mean, yeah, like, listen, there is part of me that's conflicted about this, to be perfectly honest, because, you know, it should be based on the crime, but at the same time, your attitude always lends into those things. Your attitude always lends in, even if it was like a jury, you know? That's why some people don't want to take the stand themselves.
For anyone who does not agree with these things, or does not think that they should be the law, anyone who does not think we should have the presumption of innocence. For record again, sir.
And being biased. If I'm a convict, I want to testify by myself. He won't speak up. I've been giving him questions. He won't speak up.
Sir, that's because it's not his turn to ask questions.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I was about to be like, listen, his lawyer should like maybe at least look at the questions. Like his lawyer's just completely ignoring him. But then, you know, he attacks him at the end. So maybe I kind of understand a little bit more why his lawyer is ignoring him. Again, I also know nothing about being a lawyer. So maybe that's just like sometimes you have to when you're, you know, defending certain people. You just kind of gotta focus. And he could be focused on something he really needs to be paying attention to instead of this guy's questions. But there is part of me that's like, oh, should you be like not ignoring him is really what I'm trying to get at. Are there any lawyers who watch Top 10 Central? That'd be funny.
26,000 with tips a year. You're laughing at that, but you're in this courtroom asking for her to pay you child support.
It's either that or just leave me and the kids and let us live our lives.
Dang, this guy sucks.
Just stay out. You know, they don't need an
that's
addict
not
as a
healthy.
mother to be constantly.
Do you want me to help you get child support? Because if not, we can stop this today.
Yes.
And
sorry.
You can come back another day when you're.
Miss another day of work.
He's being so rude. I've seen this judge before and I like her. She does like all like child support cases, I'm pretty sure, and she always tells people how it is. And I respect that and I appreciate it because sometimes you just need someone to tell it like it is.
Because your lawyer challenged your competency or questioned it?
My lawyer is going against my will. He's going against my choices. He's not notifying me or informing me any of these things.
Then two doctors have to say you're okay?
I understand that, but with legitimate reasons.
So is this guy mad that like the doctor's like, maybe he's not exactly fit to stand trial?
And one doctor says you're not okay as far as competency legally, and then another doctor says you refuse to talk to them. Mr. Stein, thank you.
Bollocks, that's what this is.
State versus Eldridge Olson, C-313-2831. The record should reflect the as the
Rubbish.
defendant.
What's wrong? Oh, no.
Okay, wait. Because, like, if you don't talk to one of them, that just seems like the consequences of your own actions. If you just don't talk to one, there's only so much they can do, only so much they can assume. I mean, it seems like he didn't assume anything because she was just like, one said no and then the other said that you didn't talk to them. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. Court is weird. Like, I know so little about court. Almost 0%. There's so many things going on, so many moving parts. It's weird.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do. All right.
Is this so? I kind of know like a little bit about this case. It's pretty horrifying, so I won't really go into it.
Stop.
All right.
Listen to me.
I'm not
You're not going to raise your voice again.
I'm not going to raise my voice again. I'm not.
I will have you removed from this courtroom. I can sentence you without you being present.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't conduct
I
yourself.
understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Didn't this guy like represent himself or something? And then this must be his sentencing hearing, and he's still going off. Man, sometimes it's better to just, you know, say nothing as the defendant. Sometimes it really is just best to keep your mouth shut. You're only digging yourself a deeper hole sometimes by yelling in court.
Unfortunately, my grandmother told me a long time ago, if you have nothing nice to say about somebody, don't say it, Your Honor. At this point, I have nothing to say. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that saying though. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. I mean, sometimes it applies, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you gotta say something rude, okay? But when we're talking about the Karens, they need to learn that rule. Yeah. courtroom. So this guy just like gives his like statement or whatever. I don't know. It seems like maybe like an impact statement maybe. And then the guy like freaks out, assuming he did the crime that he's on trial for. What did you think was gonna happen, man? I don't know what's going on, so it is tough for me to say.
Thank you, sir.
Dang, he was just mad. That was just a quick one, and he was just angry. He just didn't want to be there. I just like don't understand the tactic of like cursing at the judge. I'm just not sure what everyone thinks that's gonna do, where that's gonna get them. You know, usually if you're respectful to the judge, just maybe, depending on the crime, they might be a little bit more lenient perhaps. But no, I don't think like swearing and having a public freakout is gonna be the thing. But also, I mean, listen. When you're in court, tensions are high, people are antsy. Doesn't excuse it. You still shouldn't act like that, but what are we gonna do? Oh, dang. Dang. Sometimes I watch court things and then I'm like, man, why do they have to have that person like all, like, you know when they got the handcuffs and then they've got the thing around like the cuffs on their ankles and stuff. Sometimes it's like, oh man, why does that person have to be all like chained up essentially? But then you see things like this and you go, it's so things like this don't happen. People are wilding out in court. It is just a madhouse sometimes. People are all over the place. This guy just sprinted to the front and jumped over the witness stand. What? Crazy. It's also like just strange because I wonder how you get to that point. Like there's so many people there. There's cops there. There's a judge there. Like there's so many people. There's CCTV cameras. Like you cannot get away with this crime, and it is a crime. You can't just like attack people in court. But then you see the times when it's like family member of like the victim or whatever attacking the person who like did the horrible thing, and you're like, you can't do that, but I fully understand why you did that. Like, oh man. I'm like, you still can't in that situation, but I'm like, I don't blame you at all, is the difference. And that might be hypocritical, and that's okay.
No, ma'am. What's your name and badge number? I don't feel safe now. Let me see your phone so I can call.
I need to see more of this situation. It just seemed like everyone was like really hyped, so I don't know if the thing was over a t-shirt. Potentially could have been over, you know, the person who was just yelling at the police.
What? Can I just say he admitted to us that he was intoxicated?
I don't care if he's intoxicated or not. What were you cursing at him for? What were you cursing at him for? Your best friend tells me you were cursing at him from the car. Were you intoxicated?
We were being dumb, and then he confronts two tiny women in front of the house while him, and it wasn't 3, it was like 5 or 6 of his friends.
Were you cursing at 5 or 6 of his friends for, you idiot?
Because they're losers.
Do you get it? Do you get it? They're manipulative. She's a problem. Your
Yikes. I want to know more. I need to go home and watch some Judge Judy today. I need to know what's going on in these. Again, like, why does everybody give the judge attitude? I guess you kind of have to on like these shows like Judge Judy and Joe Brown and stuff, because, you know, it's a TV show and I think that's why people go on there. It's like the Maury of courtrooms.
I'm a single mother with nobody that loves me or my child. What you cheering for?
I'm not.
No, you were. He is over here breaking down because he loves this child so much. I sit here day after day after day with women hoping a man would drive 16 miles to see their baby, much less 160 miles each way, and abide by a court order and sign a birth certificate and come day after day and week after week so they can grow visitation to have a relationship with a child. And you have no compassion for not just him.
I mean, makes sense when she says it like that. Makes sense. I mean, that's so true. That is so true. I don't know, again, I don't know what the rest of the situation is like, but makes sense when you say it like that.
You know, in addition, before I get to that, I've also had, over my 11 years on the bench, of coming face to face with evil on occasion. There are many times, good people do bad things, but there are times when evil people do bad things. There is no medication or treatment for a heart that is bent on evil. Some people, unfortunately, choose a path of evil. And I think, Mr. Brooks, you are one of those such persons. As a mom, my heart breaks for your family, for your mom, and for your grandmother.
Her saying, I think good people do bad things, I do believe that is true. I think there are good people who get caught under wrong circumstances and unfortunate incidences or occurrences that result in them doing some not so great stuff. So, but Judge Jennifer she did not come to play. Her speech, she really went in.
Abulaban lashes out, forcing the judge to step in.
Mr. Abulaban?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, this is news to me. This is hard.
Mr. Abulaban, can't have any outbursts, and I'm not going to allow you to speak.
My apologies.
Courtroom. Describe both of them.
Think I wanted that? All right. I wanted it.
Mr. Abulaban. Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop. Mr. Abulaban, I need you to stop.
The judge calls for a short recess.
That's crazy. Honestly, I don't know what lying could have been going on in this clip. I really don't know. I feel like a lot of these videos I need context for because one, I don't know what they're sitting up on the judge's stands for in the first place. I don't know what their crimes are, but the emotion that this guy is using sounds very raw and very genuine to me. I don't know if it comes off falsified to anybody else, but like it seems a little real. Like,
Mr. Bogus,
Mr. Bogus! He's at work at an automotive factory.
Mr. Bogus, can you take a break from putting together a car? Unmute and teach me to pay record, please. Unmute. Unmute.
Jamie Bogus.
Okay, sir, listen. I'm not going to handle this matter while you're still working.
I'm gonna get someone to cover me.
I'm gonna get someone to cover me. Like, the man's 10 minutes past his break time. He just needs someone to look after his shift for him till he gets back. Like, not like he's at all being taken to court. Not taken to court because they're doing a virtual meeting, but not at all like he's, on the stand testifying for his life and his freedom. Like, let's be serious right now.
Your family who loves you and supports you. I only want to use the word forgive because forgiveness isn't even necessary. They're with you so much. They're so tight-knit, but you have to live with the fact that you really put them through a ringer. You've embarrassed your valuable friends in high places, elected public officials, people in the media. You've embarrassed them. You have to live with that. I don't know if those relationships can be repaired. You've become toxic in your own workplace. Your career future is uncertain at very best. It was really on a rocket ship to success, and now you've turned yourself into riches to rags.
I feel like y'all are gonna flame me in these comments because I don't know who this is. And also, is this supposed to be assaulted? Because this is insulted, and last time I checked, you couldn't go to jail for insulting someone. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be assaulted. And I feel like this person is in a real position of power, or they have real important status, because this guy's going on about how he's like messed up their family and he has high valued friends in high places. Like, I don't know what this, I feel like I should know what this is. Guys, I'm so out of tune with the world, bro.
You telephoned Susan. Was it a landline or a mobile number?
Mobile number.
So it can only be Susan who answers the phone unless somebody has stolen her identity, her checks and her mobile phone.
Yes, Judge, the Chinese lady.
It's a Chinese lady, you believe?
There was
I'll be you. You be Susan.
Yes, Judge.
Pause for a second. Susan, hello. It's Helen here. You've mentioned that you've got some of this rental money, and it appears that you've received the relevant checks. You be Susan.
Sue no here. Don't know Sue.
You telephoned on a subsequent occasion.
Turkish.
A what?
A Turkish lady.
Hello, it's Helen. I don't know who answered the phone before, but it didn't sound like you, Susan.
Why are you ringing? Who are you? What do you want? Sorry, there's more Chinese.
What? There's so much going on. First of all, I don't watch Judge Rinder's show. I don't think I even knew who that was prior to this video. But he seems well liked in the courtroom. They're really going in. I know like the classic judges, you know, like Judge Judy, stuff like that.
Kristen believes he's a full-time carpenter.
Oh, it's Judge Rinder again.
Part-time.
Sorry, I'm gonna start it again. I just got really excited. I was like, oh, 2 times in one
Kristen
video.
believes he's a full-time carpenter and a part-time legend. Well, one part of that statement is true. He is a full-time carpenter. He's certainly not a part-time legend. He does have another full-time job, which I accept based upon his performance today, which is to be a full-time moron.
Wow. Not the politely tears defendant part. That's absolutely hilarious. Oh my gosh, this guy said a part-time moron. He said got him. Even he's dying. Like, that's hilarious.
I have had many briefs, especially pet portraits and such things, which is a more mainstream, figurative, representative, photographic style.
This is a moment, Michelle, I'm going to ask you to unveil the piece. Thank you very much.
Oh, be so for real. His face. Oh my god. Wait. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that.
I have had many briefs, especially pet portraits.
Oh my god. The judge said, let me just let that do the talking. Like, I have not one nice thing to say, so I'm not finna say anything else. I'm not. My mom always told me you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.